Hello, everyone. Welcome to class number 10, The Long Game. This is the last class. I'm Jared Dashevsky. I'm founder, creator of Healthcare Huddle, and creator of this course, the Intern Year Bootcamp, in partnership with Doximity. You made it to the end. You're home now. So I wanted to use this time to just talk about things kind of like outside of the hospital, because residency is a very tough period, but it's very rewarding. And I think the coolest thing, especially about intern year, is how quickly you learn and how much you learn. By the time you start intern year on July 1st to the time you end intern year on June 30th, you have learned an absurd amount, not only about clinical medicine or surgical medicine, but also about how this health system operates, how your hospital operates, the nuances of your health system, the nuances of patient care. It really is, it's a hard but very rewarding experience. And, I mentioned in one of the earlier classes, I think class 1, right? The mindset being so important. Like you get to do this. Like, what a privilege it is to be able to use your brain to take care of synthesizing knowledge and clinical presentations. If you're a surgery resident, like, unique and exclusive experience. But I just want to go through some last minute items. Okay, so even though your main goal is to learn in residency and intern year, there's still an end goal, right? Whether you want to set it in the teamwork video, learn everyone's names, learn something about them. It goes to patient's care plan, but they also know who they want to avoid, or who's not a good resident, who's not a friendly resident. So your reputation is something you always want to have in the back of your mind, especially when it comes to letters of recommendation. Your attendings learn people's reputations very quick. Attendings and program direct, a resident who treats nurses with disrespect, they will know that. Okay, so your reputation, and the easiest way to have a good reputation is just be kind, be curious. That's what I'm telling my daughter, who's 2 years old. Next is kind of what I hinted at in the beginning, is what specialty do you want? But if you are thinking about a career in cardiology or GI or pulmonary critical care, you want to experiment with these specialties in the beginning and learn very quickly if it's for you or not for you. And sometimes the process of elimination is helpful. Figuring out what you don't want is sometimes better than figuring out what you do want. So I think I went into residency, I wanted to do GI. Got some experience on the GI service, quickly realized not for me. But I loved liver medicine. And I loved liver medicine because the patients unfortunately present so acutely ill. And critical care medicine, and then pulmonology, and I just loved both, right? So I eliminated GI, but found something I liked about GI, which is the liver. Liver patients tend to spend the rest of your life doing it. But you should also think about lifestyle. I like stuff outside of medicine, like Healthcare Huddle, entrepreneurship, industry stuff. Critical care is a shift-based job. So once you leave the hospital, you're done. But for other specialties, like in just doing internal medicine or just doing cardiology, you have patients in the outpatient setting, and you still have to navigate the complexities of outpatient medicine, forms, paperwork, etc. And who are like you, people you think will put you under their wing and help guide you. It's important for me, because if I were to choose a mentor who's purely academics and is all about publishing and bench research, that's not for me. I don't know what guidance I would get from them, and I would be quite miserable. So choose mentors wisely. And if you are married, if you have a family, also make sure they're on board with your specialty, because if you are doing interventional cardiology, for example, and you're basically going to be on call 24/7 and you have a family, make sure that your partner is on board. Next piece of advice is networking. So this could be at conferences, happy hours, dinners. Meet as many people as you can. There are everyone is fascinating, especially in medicine. Everyone comes from different backgrounds. While at the end of the day, we may all seem the same, everyone has a unique interest. So when you go to conferences, connect with everyone, get their numbers, find them on LinkedIn, email them, but make sure you're shaking hands. Okay, happy hours. Healthcare Huddle, for example, we does some happy hours or some live events. There's tons of communities, especially in big cities, for doctors interested in entrepreneurship, in health tech. So get involved, show face there. The tech industry always looking for physician input. So who knows? Maybe you'll find a side gig or a job after residency based off of these networking events, and then dinners as well. Meet with your friends for dinner. Take time for yourself, but always be growing your network, because once you specialize, your network becomes very niche and everyone knows each other, right? So it's good to have a wide network of people in all different fields, all different types of healthcare industries, whether it be health tech, venture capital, etc. So on Doximity's platform, you can make a profile for yourself. You can upload your own image. You can ask AI to create a profile for you, and you can edit. You can add colleagues, upload your resume, add your facts, and here you could also access career data. There's residency maps. There's notes I'm going. Next thing I wanted to talk about is side hustles. It takes a lot of work. I was very strict in medicine. I'm doing my main job. Healthcare Huddle doesn't step in to my work. It's completely separate. I'm filming this class at home while I'm on vacation. Be very intentional with it being a side hustle, right? So when you're in the hospital, you're doing medicine, you're learning, right? You're reading Harrison's textbook. I don't know. You're the two. You do not want them blending together. That's really all I have for side hustles. They're very fun, and if you can make revenue from it, that's even more fun, since residency doesn't really pay too well. For those of you with families or planning to start a family, just make sure time off. Don't take work home with you in the beginning of residency and as an intern year. I did this, I did that. Other experiences will gut you. They will crush your heart. A patient dying, an awful goals of care conversation, and you'll bring it home too. Just try your best to leave work at work. 5 minutes from my hospital, it has been very hard for me to leave a tough day and not listen. Hang out with them. If you have friends in banking or in finance, as they say, consulting, hang out with them. Listen to what's going on. They just won't understand. The only people who can understand what you're going through is the people who are also going through it. It's kind of like trying to explain what it's like to be thrown into a pool of cold water. Can't really explain it. You just have to live through it. But these friends will get your mind off of work, get drinks, get dinner with them. Don't forget about them, because they will help you. And then lastly, you had a bad day, whatever. You'll have a lot of bad days in residency. I'm a firm believer I follow the 1 day rule, which is what I learned, as an athlete growing up, was that if you have a bad race, if you have a bad game, you could sulk around 1 day and just hit the ground running again. Because again, you'll have bad days, but if you use the rest of the day to kind of reflect and move along. Take care of yourself, both physically and mentally. A lot of hospitals, you can get engaged with them. And then, as I talked about with my first class, like the morning routine, don't forget about your physical health. So if you're a person who works out in the morning, try to get at least 15, 20, 30 minutes a day. It's tough, but I always tell people days are extremely long, weeks are short, months are shorter. Residency goes by very fast. I can't believe their physician toolkits. I wish I had it as an intern or knew about it as an intern. So you're welcome. If you want to get in touch with me, my email is jared@healthcarehuddle.com. I'll try to answer questions the best that I can, and enjoy it. This is your time to learn in a tribe at healthcarehuddle.com. And if you don't already have a Doximity account, you can go to doximity.com and